Check 1 2. Is the mic working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it is.
It's just so delayed. Alright, well, not sure what's going on here, folks. Preview's not loading, so I don't know if I'm live, but apparently I'm live. Alright, well, we're gonna try it. We're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. In 2027, if you don't plan in 2026, plan ahead. Always plan ahead. Okay, I think we can get into it. Not gonna worry about the preview. Okay, let's go. What's going on here? Hey, folks. Welcome back to Surely Sound Studio. My name is Martin. You can call me Marty. I'm here with AK today. We're in the studio. Well, I got a new internet provider, so
See how this works.
messing around a little bit already, so I don't really know what to expect with that, but I can tell you what to expect with the charts and Bitcoin, so let's get into that, because we know that. I don't know cable or internet. I just use it. I can tell you what going to happen with the charts, though, because it's pretty dang obvious to someone who can read the charts, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me in the last 72 hours. My phone went absolutely nuts on Friday. I could not keep up with it. Actually, Saturday a bit, too. But,
We all want to buy silver.
it's so funny. Everybody was, yeah, exactly. There's people wanted to buy silver. Should I buy gold? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I said, well, obviously you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, bro. And I will show you what to do. I will tell you what to do.
Once a week.
Once a week, every Sunday. We come and we chat. We look at the charts. We see what's going on, and we plan for the week ahead. In this particular video, we're going to plan for the year ahead because,
It's
well,
a great year.
we just had a January close. Where's my January close? There we go. We just had a January close, and each one of these red lines is a January close. So let's actually see here.
You can easily already see a pattern.
Red
just with the
close.
lines marked.
Green, red close, down. Red close, up, green close. Okay, let's change this one to green. Green close. Let's change this one to green. It's a different green.
Yeah, close enough.
Nope, not the
Nope, it's gotta
exact.
be perfect.
Red, green. Let's see if we have a pattern. Green. I don't necessarily know if we have a pattern or not, but I can tell you one thing.
Not with the closings. What I meant is, if you look, typically you're going to see 2 lines rise, and then you're going to see one down, one slowly
there would have been a
go
January
up,
back
one
there
up.
as
So
well.
it's kind of like a sideways.
There's another January right there, and it's a red, so sure, why not to... That's a good point.
So if you're kind of looking at 17 to 18, you'll see like 2 Januaries that are kind of side by side, and the next one's up, down, up, sideways.
Cross, down?
Kind of, yeah,
So
a little sideways, and then down, up,
across,
and now we're heading down.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Most
just
likely.
Looking at that.
Right.
Simple.
This is the monthly chart. This is like, so if you want to plan your year out, you got to zoom out, right? So this is the monthly chart. I mean, something like this, I don't think is off the table but I guess we kind of already had that because we've kind of just gone sideways after going up. And you got to remember, folks, like Bitcoin from the bottom a few years ago, back when I was doing Your Future Hand with Jay Biggs,
Bitcoin.
right? Like we were all the way down there and we went up 600%.
Yeah, and now we're sitting here talking about 75K Bitcoin.
Well, the thing is that the media is talking about 180 Bitcoin or 250 Bitcoin.
Wow.
Tom Lee thinks that it's going to be 180 by January 31st. He said that till obviously till yesterday, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about? And this is why I do this, because the media is literally designed to mislead you.
Yeah.
The government is
like stupid people, no offense.
The government is designed to mislead you. Everything is designed to cheat, lie, and scam and steal from you. It's
called slavery.
The system is designed to squeeze everything out of you possible. They do it psychologically, they do it physically, they do it emotionally, they try and guilt you into doing things, all just to manipulate the markets and take your money, okay? And so when they print money, it benefits the people who print it, not the people who have to use it. That's how it works.
And you think about how many people were reaching out to you when Bitcoin was at its top saying, should I be buying Bitcoin right now?
People.
Right? It seems that people are only interested when it's at a top.
Absolutely. And this is exactly kind of why I've been doing this, because we did Your Future Hand for about the whole bear market because people were getting overly hyped in this area. And I was like, no, because I had been in.
Yeah, the only channel telling you not to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, and so I actually didn't do too much in this chunk because I was like, we already told everybody. And then, now is a good time. I think, somewhere around here, we ended Your Future Hand and then, stepped away and we did everything that we said we were going to do. We focused on ourselves, our families, our well-being. And here we are at the top of the end of the bull market, planning for the next one. Right? And we're going to do that over and over and over again because everything happens in cycles. Everything happens over and over again. It's never changed. It's just looks different and it's wearing a different costume, but it's still the same thing regardless of what the narrative is. It's all designed to take your money. It's all designed to scam you, right? Unfortunately, that's the truth. Not my opinion. That's just the way it is. Okay? So if you understand that and you can admit and that you've been cheated and lied to and then move on, right? Like the first thing you do as an alcoholic at AA is admit you're an alcoholic, and then you can grow, right? And then you can get better. You have to admit you've been lied and cheated before you're going to understand that there's another side that's better, another part of life, another way of life, new understanding. I don't know, trust me, it's not everybody's going to get out of it. Unfortunately, 90% of people will never get out of it.
No. There's going to be a new 10% kind of in the world as we transition, right? There's going to 10% are going to join the wealthy through.
Well, it'll be weird because the wealthy, we are now referring to the super wealthy people. They're all billionaires. That's ridiculous. Yeah. And 20 years ago, there was only 2 billionaires.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a bunch of billionaires, and it's wait a minute. What's going on here? Why is the number of billionaires increasing? Isn't that a little alarming? Think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, and especially and now a millionaire isn't even a big deal.
Oh no, no.
If you've got $1 million, you're
Jeez, you want shelter?
You're lower middle class. If you have $1 million, you're lower middle class, pretty much nowadays. And that's sad. It's not to make anybody feel lower or anything like that.
The money
is devaluing.
Yeah.
right? So the numbers are getting bigger, but you are still the same person. You still provide the same amount of value. Always stay true to your honest self. Don't ever let anything doubt you. You do have to understand how the world around you works if you want to succeed in it. And sometimes that is, taking a blow to the face every now and then and learning. But if you're too afraid to take that blow to the face, then you're never going to end up winning any fight in your life. So you gotta definitely stand up and fight for what you believe in and pay attention, and let's play this game. So looking at this chart, yes, of course, the monthly Januaries have indicated a lot of the time that if January's green, typically we have a good year. If January's red, typically we have a bad year. We got a green January here, and we pretty much ended the year up a little bit, right? It basically went sideways. Had a green January here, we ended the year up quite a bit. We had a red January here now, however, but that ended positive, but it's also didn't go up much, but it did, it held its own. It held the floor there. So it's not perfect, but it's just something to pay attention to. This last January that we had, green, but we closed lower. So, nothing is for certain, but I want to say probability-wise, just looking at what I see here, be nice to see us come back up a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And which, by the way,
we have a major inefficiency.
Yeah, which, by the way, though, I have to point out, we are in the DCA zone. That I put this box here in October, and I said, wait for us to come down here, and then we'll start buying Bitcoin again. And here we are. So that's nice. It feels like it's been a long time. It hasn't really been that long, but it feels like it's been a long time. But here we are. And I think actually, I added another box.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, here's the real one.
So I added another box, and this is also sort of my timeline as well. You'll notice the end of this box is October 2026. So this is the next, 8, 9, 10 months, give or take. Again, nothing's going to be perfect. It's just probability. You want to be, at least like a 60 to 70% probability over your potential 30 to 40% probability, right? And then in the long term, you will end up on top. You're going to lose some, but if you win more than you lose and you do it properly, you will end up on top. So my goal for 2026 is to basically work hard, provide as much value for society as I can, gain as much cash or money or value or whatever you want, and put it into assets. I'm looking at, of course, DCAing into Bitcoin. I am going to look at potentially buying another house. I'm going to look at not so much precious metals, to be honest with you. A lot of people are going nuts about precious metals right now, but not really my thing. I do have some precious metals, but I didn't buy any of them. It's all been given to me by my parents, basically. So it's like, I don't know, it's like this fancy little guitar pick, right? It's silver, but it's not because it's silver that I have it, it's because it's a guitar pick. And I'm a musician, right? So stuff like that, like nothing significant. Let's talk about silver, precious metals though for a minute, because there's definitely, like you said earlier, there's a lot of people that are saying that
precious metals are great and all with the AI and everything going on.
There's demand.
You have to remember the .com bubble. There's going to be an AI bubble. Absolutely. As well. And that's kind of what they're creating right now, is create the massive hype, get everybody's money, take it.
And probably so that they can buy Bitcoin.
Oh, exactly. They're buying Bitcoin with it.
Yeah,
that's
and
they're
that's
taking your gold money to buy the new digital gold.
Because the only time you should be worried about using precious metals to store your value is if you use, you're a company or you're a shop. I don't even know, a factory that uses the metal, right? If you use the metal, then you have a lot of it. Right? In an aluminum boat shop, they have a lot of aluminum.
Right?
Else? So it doesn't really matter to the people about gold and silver. Okay, you're going to use it in your phone, you're going to use it in your solar panels, but you're not the one that's producing that product.
No.
So you trying to hang on to these metals in hopes that they go up in value is kind of you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you want to use your phone and you want to use the technology, but you're going to hoard the metal that the guys that need to make it need. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So
maybe
it's
a
like,
better idea would be just producing on a better schedule and not just mass producing everything and needing it all and
Yeah.
chucking all most of it away in
Of
a
course,
landfill,
of
right?
course,
I mean,
yeah.
we need to maintain again, but
sustainability, but that's not the goal.
No, that's not
The goal is to produce,
Yeah.
right? A positive GDP. Money needs to be flowing, and it needs to be positive at the end of the
which is why
quarter,
the economy
whatever.
is failing.
exactly right, because the goal is wrong, absolutely wrong. But if people understood and just studied Bitcoin, then it brings everything together. That's
Well-
what I love about it. Like, it's not just the value of Bitcoin is great, but the reason behind
The
why
people behind
Bitcoin
it and everything
is it's way more valuable than the price that it is.
Yeah.
Because when you understand why Bitcoin, how it works, and what led us to where we are today, that's the value. That's the true value. And then it's like, whenever people are confused, and I honestly, on social media, I'll see some people that are complaining, and I just say, study Bitcoin. And then they get all upset, like, oh, I would never buy this. But I didn't say buy.
Yeah,
I
just-
never once said buy Bitcoin. I said study.
Yeah. Study or study your fiat currency first.
Yeah.
Understand what you're using before you use it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There is a book out there called Fiat Currency.
Fiat standard.
Yeah, the Fiat Standard.
Yeah.
Go purchase that and read it, or use YouTube on an audio.
Yeah, if you're wondering why you're getting poorer every year and you're not able to do as much as you were, and everything's getting more and more expensive, well, then you're on the fiat standard,
Yeah.
and you will forever get poorer, and everything will get more expensive, and everything will get harder.
Well-
Which makes no sense. Why would we live in a world where the more you provide, the harder it gets? What? Come on!
Yeah. Is that the world that our grandparents wanted to build for us?
No.
This is the way we were supposed to go, making it harder for ourselves. Shelter's unaffordable.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
we need to do something very quickly, or else it will. Well, the thing is that inevitably it's going to happen, because
Well-
chaos is profitable and development is profitable. So they let a certain part of the world develop and grow, and then they crash it all down, and then the other part of the world, like, think about it right
Yeah.
now. Who's
Well-
making all your phones? Who's making all your technology?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Okay, so 100 years ago, who was making the cars? Who was making the electricity? Who was
Yeah.
building the infrastructure? United States of America and the West.
Yeah.
Okay, and now they've risen because of it. But now who's building everything? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, we gave it all away for what? Convenience, to make our lives easier?
Yeah.
This is
so-
easy?
Well, and we were no, it's not even like that though. They were persuaded to give it all away.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not even like they did it by choice. They did it because they just, the things on the news and the things
Yep.
in the narrative told them that this will be better. This will be better for us.
Yeah, you believe what you're told. and you
Exactly.
shouldn't be.
And the people above are pulling the strings, just moving their money here. And okay, now we're going to move demand here. Move our money here. Now we're going to move demand here. They move their money first, then they force demand, and then they profit from the demand. And that's why you see things like gold and silver pumping, and then dumping. And it's funny because everyone was like back years ago, and I guess still some people now, crypto's a scam, it's pump and dump. It's like, dude, look at every market ever.
Yeah.
They're all pump and dump.
Yeah.
That's how the entire world has always worked, pump and dump. Now we're just seeing it on a increased percentage scale because we're entering hyperinflation.
Yeah, and we're way more connected in the world these days.
Yeah, that's true. So
You
we
know,
got a lot more
back in the
technology.
50s, you couldn't see anything. You didn't have the internet to...
Yeah, to track it all.
Yeah.
And that's the
you
thing
were just
too.
told what you were told by the people running it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a shame, but blockchain technology has the potential to hopefully help us through this and make things sustainable. Why is my fucking phone going off? Just an off.
And for an easy comparison, we'll just take 2019 to 2025. We'll say you had $10,000 in the bank in 2019, $10,000 in Bitcoin in 2019. Fiat currency is now 25% less valuable. You can buy 25% less, so you've lost $2,500 for no reason.
And if you had that
No
in the
reason.
bank trying to make,
Well, that's the thing. That's your
1%.
fiat currency,
Yeah.
right? You just don't see it being worth $7,500 because they've printed more money to make you think that you still have 10 grand. Whereas
exactly.
if you had 10 grand Bitcoin at the end of 2025, you would have had $120,000 worth of value.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So basically, the amazing thing is that right now, okay, so like I said just a second ago, we're entering hyperinflation, right? So there's a lot of people out there that, regardless of price, are stacking Bitcoin because of this. They know that the dollar debasement is happening. They know that at any given moment, Bitcoin could God candle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it could.
It could, but that's like that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh no, but you never know. That's why you hold.
That's true, but the reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because the people that want all the Bitcoin don't have enough of it yet.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So they are going to maintain the regular business cycle. Which, by the way, if you don't understand the cycle of things that I'm kind of talking about, just search business cycle. It's been going on for a long time. Bitcoin's only 20 years, 15 years old.
Yeah, since
now, and so
or 2010 or something.
The business cycle's been going on for 100 years, over 100 years. Okay, so there's a lot of this stuff is new, and so a lot of people are like, well, how can you understand hundreds of years of information if this thing's only 15 years old? It's because this was designed with all of that in mind.
It was designed to fix it.
Exactly.
You can't do anything wrong on it. Blockchain is amazing.
Bitcoin solved the inefficiency. And that's what we are constantly looking for in the economy, is inefficiencies. Entrepreneurs look for inefficiencies. They fill those inefficiencies and they supply the demand, and in turn you get paid.
There's a reason whoever or the group of people who created Bitcoin never wanted to be found out or anything, because if they were, Bitcoin wouldn't exist right now. They would have just offed them, gone, taken over it, and it would have been gone. They remained anonymous to save the world. That's basically the way I see it.
Yeah, you're right, because if it was attached to somebody, it could have been shut down.
Oh, absolutely. Even though the technology is there, if it was tied to a person,
and that
person would be controlled.
A lot of people's argument is that it was created by the CIA, and it's like, sure, okay. If we go down that route, well then they fucked up. Yeah,
they really screwed up.
Yeah, because it's out, but I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because I don't know. First of all, I feel like stuff like that isn't even really a big deal anymore. Like, sure, in the 90s, there was a lot of these secret societies and all this kind of stuff. It's like, guys,
everything's too connected these days. It's too open. You see it all. I mean, it's all right here. We're watching it, and well, he's been showing you for years. So. Yeah,
right. And think about it, even 15, 20 years ago, aliens, so many conspiracies and just all this stuff.
There's always something, a narrative while something else is going on if you look. Yeah. If you go look at stocks during all this or something else, you're going to see.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something in the news to distract from the real story. Yeah. Always, for sure. But it's just now, I don't know, the world is a different place. Maybe I've shifted dimensions, and that's totally possible, because
something's out.
My life is completely different than it was before 2020. No doubt whatsoever. I was into Bitcoin before 2020, but I didn't understand it until 2020, 2021 is when it started making sense for me. And ever since then, it's been literally weight lifted off your shoulders, freaking glowing, walking around you just feel like the sun's shining on you every day, no matter what's happening. You know what I mean? It's just amazing, right? People call it a religious experience. Sure, it could be compared to something like that if you want to. Anything that makes you happy, man. Whatever. It's just really understanding everything, you know. I mean, I think a lot of depression and anxiety and stuff is just because people have no idea what the fuck's going on in this world. No. And they can't figure it out.
Oh, and we weren't designed to live the life that they're told to live, right? So they struggle with it, and they can't figure out how to get out or how to kind of adapt it into...
Also the neurotoxins.
Yeah.
Lots of neurotoxins and a lot of things that most people consume, and I highly recommend you look into that and stop poisoning your brain, because that makes it a lot easier for them to control you.
If you look out in the world, Japan, China, there's a reason why there's no obese people, no cancer, no disease. I mean...
It's just exactly what we just said. The East is rising, the West is falling. Yeah. Right? It's just...
And don't be a part of the fall.
No, you have to be an investor. It's okay. And remember we were talking last night, these global trans globalists or whatever they're called. There's certain people that don't have citizenship to any country.
Their passport is a planetary passport, basically. I'm Earth. Yeah. Here I am. Yeah. I can go anywhere I want.
Yeah.
the imaginary lines drawn on your map don't matter to them.
Yeah, you have to understand.
You're all people to control.
There is people out in the world like that, or people or entities, whatever you want to call them. It is very, it's a thing, and you can actually go look it up. It's definitely a thing. But these people have a lot to do with what goes on in the world, and like they are traders.
Yep.
And by definition, like by trade, like however you want to say it, they are trading on a global scale. And one thing that is very, very important that you need to take into any plan of action if you're looking into the future is think globally. So many people, especially in the West,
you learned that.
think that they are the center of the universe.
They are.
Which they're led to believe.
The whole West is.
They're led to believe, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
But if
mentality out here.
If you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you're somebody like that, you are successful, you are thinking on a global scale.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just sell one thing to one person in one country. You want to sell it to as many people as you possibly can, to as many countries as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
To increase your revenue, right? Increase your clientele, you'll increase your revenue. So that is no different when you are looking to invest, when you're looking to just understand how the world works and how you can position yourself better to gain from it. Think globally. Always just think globally. Okay. And so Bitcoin is, whether you like it or not, the world reserve currency. And it will be, before too long, we will be pricing things in Bitcoin. Or, I mean, there will be a certain amount of people that are pricing things in Bitcoin. Like other people will use sats and stuff like that. And then maybe there'll probably be a poor population that is using XRP. The lower class will be using XRP.
Yeah. That'll be your new world order. Is crypto will classify where you are.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP is
Bitcoin's for the billionaires.
Yeah, will be.
That's why it has a B in it.
Yeah.
XRP is for the.
I don't know. Well, that's why X is at the end of the alphabet. It's way at the bottom. See you later.
So she would start a new crypto that starts with an A.
Yeah, maybe.
For the aliens. For the aliens?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Alien coin. I'm sure it's there's like 40,000 different cryptos. I'm sure it's been done.
Well, what about the underground people? We can't forget about the mole people.
Oh yeah, the mole people, mole coin.
Yeah, lizards or whatever.
But anyway, so plan for 2026. It would be nice for us to spend some time in this box. But like we were saying at the beginning of this tangent, this God candle situation, the dollar debasement could happen. So this whole Bitcoin is dead by aggressively box will be it'll be a blessing if it comes down here.
Sell everything. I'll say that myself. It's
sell
not
everything.
Financial advice.
So that's below 50K.
Buy everything.
Basically,
buy as much as you can.
That's basically below 50K. And the thing is that, like, I don't know, if you look at percentage basis, our last bear market was 15K.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if we had a 30K Bitcoin again, we still have this minor inefficiency here at 48. And I mean, I tossed in the chat, like 2 or 3 months ago, 42K. When I was trying to tell you, when I was calling top, I was like 42K. So, I mean, somewhere in here, if we can get more information on the chart, we can see our volume gaps. Let's go back even further. We are here. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was talking about a couple weeks ago. But yeah, there's a lot of support here. A lot of support. So, if we break down below 57, then that's your inefficiency in here that I was just looking at. So, you know, that would be a not a reasonable target, but it would make sense if we go down here. I wouldn't be scared at all if we come down to 50K and a little bit below. There's a minor inefficiency here. It's actually not that big, but there definitely is a minor inefficiency here. Most of the time, though, in previous bull and bear cycles, we've never really gone lower than the previous all-time high. So that would put it at around 70. What are we at here? Around 70K. I think we slipped lower than that, though. Just because the thing is that it's their goal to get us as low as they can.
Yeah, they want to scare you out like they did the last time. Right?
So the question is how much of it is going to work, right? So in 2020 and 2021, we saw it work.
Yeah, everybody sold, took their loss, complained about it.
We saw it work. Everybody was manipulated. Everybody believed it. Their plan worked, okay? They're going to try and do something very similar. And you have to understand that it's simply market manipulation, okay? Once you understand it, you see it for what it is. You're like, what do you mean? No, it's market manipulation. That is it, okay? You don't have to comply with the bullshit that they're just trying to screw you over with. Okay, they're just trying to make life better for them, worse for you.
Yeah, they're not here to help you.
No.
They're not here to make
not
you
a chance.
I mean,
We've given too much power to the government.
The
The
world,
government is far too big.
yeah, the world is not some happy-go-lucky round place where everybody's holding each other's hand.
No.
It's dog eat dog. You're on your own.
Unless you go to a Bitcoin cafe.
Yeah, unless you want to come to Bitcoin, we're all friends and family and love each other. It's great over here.
Bitcoin is a better understanding of how things work, and it's just because it's more fair.
Yeah.
Open ledger. Everybody gets to see the transactions. Everybody gets to see what everybody's doing. So if you're shady, well, guess what? We can do something about that. Yeah. And if you're helping, we can help you more. That's the thing too.
It's also anonymous at the same time because it's tied to a bunch of numbers and letters.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you can search and find out whose wallet's probably tied to who through, blah 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 blah. But I mean, if 8 billion people had Bitcoin and were transacting on it, you're gonna jumble through all that and try to.
Well, the thing is that there's so many. Right, you're only gonna look for the inefficiencies.
Yeah.
And that's when, so don't be an inefficiency.
Yeah, blend in.
You can continue to provide value for your economy and continue to be efficient, and there should be no problem. In fact, you will thrive, right? So always to exploit inefficiencies, no matter what, one way or another. It's just the way to go, because that's how you're going to profit. It's worked for hundreds of people, or hundreds of thousands of people for hundreds of years. Let's see. So we've got a little bit of outflow going in for the ETFs, which is interesting because it's Saturday dump yesterday and now Sunday liquidation map. We got some big lickies up here at 84k of this high. Yeah, that's kind of weird that we didn't come up here. So like lots of another inefficiency here, lots of liquidity left behind,
which is why you're possibly going to see that later on, that rise to sweep, which is why they're trying to manipulate it lower.
Dang, this might be a good long right here. 77, enter long, not financial advice, stop right here. 77, 67, 666, somewhere in there.
Hey.
Let's do a long position, see if it hits. Long, we're gonna go long right here. We're gonna go our stop right here, and we are going to target at least this inefficiency right here, which is the top of our DCA box up at 80,000. So we're going to put that on there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought we would see a bottom, but we hit lower.
Put that on there and see if it hits. That's a 3.2 RR, not the best. That could very well go higher though if we get above this moving average.
Yeah.
And get on top of that, then we could.
Unless you want to 100x that thing.
Well, the thing is no, you don't want to do that.
I don't do that.
You don't want to do that. This is only like that could be a small scalp, but the thing is like, that'd be take profit 1, and then there's another inefficiency up here, so you could do take profit 2 could be up here, and then in which case you now have a 12 to 0.9 risk reward ratio, which is amazing. So. That could be a scalp or it could be a swing, however you want to play that. There's definitely I like how we've got on top of this EMA. We're bouncing here. Money flow is deep into the red, and now it's coming back up. So we kind of want to see a smaller red wave here and a hold of price in this area. Get back up off top of this node and then come up towards this node and then this node. Inefficiency up in here. For a week, there's a little trade for you. Not financial advice. Nothing I do or say should be taken as financial advice.
From a guy who keeps losing his ledger and surfing.
Yeah, I'm just an entertainer. But yeah, that was I think mostly what I want to talk about for the plan for 2026. Yeah, it's work hard, you guys. Like let's build as much as we can, build relationship, build business, build whatever that you can do and contribute and. Just like this is I think the price of assets are going to continue to either go sideways or down for the remainder of this year,
which is great.
So if you have the ability to create an income for yourself and you provide value, well then you should put yourself a budget together for the next 8 to 10 months, 12 months, whatever, and buckle down and stick to your goals. Make a plan, stick to it. Whatever that plan means for you. If you were thinking about buying Bitcoin at the top and you didn't pull a trigger, well,
pull it now.
Good for you. That's awesome. Now you can start to really understand this and set up a DCA if you don't want to pay attention, or start paying attention. I mean, before too long, whether you start like set up a reoccurring DCA, you can do that automatically now, but you'll start paying attention once your money's in there. And that's like the first step you got to do is just put $100 in. And then, or put $1,000 in, or put something that's worth it to you for you to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. And if it goes down a bit, well, try and figure out why it went down, and start to think about it, start to do some research, start to figure out, and then just learn, and accumulate and
reverse your emotions with the red and the green.
Get as much knowledge as you can, and you will continue to just grow your value.
Well, you'll grow as a person. You'll become happier, and life around you will change.
Yeah.
It's changed for me in the last, it's 2026 now, so almost 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, once you go through a cycle and you get hit hard negatively because you got in too late, but then you continue to pay attention and then you work through to the next cycle, then you're like, oh my.
Yeah, because
hallelujah.
The pump, it's insane. I started on a downtrend year, just DCAing all in and everything, and I didn't care. I learned to enjoy seeing red because that meant that I could buy more.
Exactly, right. If you're accumulating
anything, I
anything,
can't buy more if I'm 50% up on. If I'm 50% up on the thing, I don't want to buy more. Yeah. It's too much.
Exactly, right. And that's the thing. That's a mentality that people really got to understand. Like when you go to even the grocery store or the hardware store or the clothing store, it's like when you buy that shirt or buy that hat, like there's that hat that I really want. But dang, $80 for a hat? Come on, man. It's just a hat. And then the hat goes on sale for 50% off, and you're like, ooh, $40? All right, I'll buy that hat for $40. Right? So you're stoked for that $40. So Bitcoin's got to be the same. You got to have the same mentality. Like when it's up, it's like, well, great. That's a little bit aggressive. Personally, that's why I wasn't buying it. I told people to wait. I put the DCA box on there and said, be patient. Don't worry, it'll come.
Yeah.
Because the charts are over leveraged, the traders are over leveraged. There is only a certain amount of Bitcoin to go around, but a lot of old school whales are selling and taking profits. They've finally had enough liquidity to be able to take the amount of money that they want to take. And so it's going to happen. The market is maturing. It's getting distributed to more people. It's okay. It's actually very, very good and healthy for the market to have retracements like this. It also allows people who are just starting
to get in,
exactly, just starting to get in and actually, like, imagine if this happened with the housing market and the price of houses went down 40%. People will be running, oh, finally I can buy a house, right? So Bitcoin is an asset, a house is an asset, businesses are assets. Then they should all be taken the same way, right? If you want to run to buy that asset when it's on sale, then run to buy that asset when it's on sale, man, because
your greatest asset is your time.
Yeah, and that's
remember that.
And that's
that hourly wage is not worth the time. That hour that you give away, what you could learn about Bitcoin in an hour, it would change your life.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the cool thing is about like algorithms and social media and stuff these days, it's like if you start searching for that kind of stuff, you're going to be fed more and more and more of it.
Yeah, just start watching little shorts on day traders or Bitcoin, and your algorithm will
do the work for you.
Life, right?
It'll do the work for you, and it's actually awesome because it's literally like back in the day on the school ground. If you hang out with the wrong kid and go down the wrong path, you're gonna end up in a shitty place. But if you hang out with make the right friend, and then it can change your life. The direction that you go can change your life, and that's like it's like algorithmic manifestation, right? So you talk about it, you surround yourself with it, you plug yourself into it, and then it becomes reality. And so if that's what you want, then that's what you got to do. Don't plug yourself into stupid videos of people falling and failing, because then you're going to fall and fail.
No.
And it's cool though, because it works both ways. Like if you search, like all I see is charts and stuff, and all my social media stuff is all just in business, entrepreneurial stuff, like just good stuff that I like. That's what I like, right? It doesn't show me a lot of bullshit
more interested in it also through Bitcoin, right? You're into other things now. It's not just, okay, let's do these charts. I mean,
Yeah, we'll look at a couple other charts here in a sec. After I just look at this. So money flow has been coming out for a while. This is back in 2021, 2022, after they manipulated everybody, took all their money, and then they dumped it on them. So this is money flowing out. Money was in the red, and we were buying when money's in the red, and then, on the way up, we were still DCAing. Money flow was in the green. But now we had a 1 hump, 2 hump, and then a lower hump. We are now crossing over into the red, and you can see right here where we crossed over into the red. What happened after that, we basically had the exact same thing: a top, a big move down, a consolidation, bear flag, and a continuation. So a top, move down, a continuation, bear flag, most likely bring us back down to here, right where we were talking 60K area and stuff around here. So probably before too long, honestly. And the unfortunate situation is over here was interest rates. FTX collapsing was here. Celsius and BlockFi and a bunch of other lending platforms and crypto things were all collapsing. All these things went belly up. Because of the interest rates hikes, they couldn't afford to pay their own debt, and they couldn't afford to refinance their debt on the higher interest rates. So that's what they're trying to avoid happening right here. But the thing is that it's like unavoidable because humans are greedy and they leverage higher than they should. And we can't even get interest rates up to like 6 or 7% anymore. Without collapsing everything. And I had a funny conversation with a guy in a bar years ago, and right around here, and he was telling me that interest rates are going to go up to 14-15% again. I was like, no, dude, do some math, man. You can't. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work like that. But that's what you get for talking to people in the bar.
No, I think right now is a great time. Yeah, great time to go get loans and everything. If you can afford it at these little higher interest rates. Well,
that's the thing is you're going
to watch them drop.
You need to really be focusing on your income this year because you're not going to get a lot of income, or your wealth isn't going to grow this year. So it's your chance to provide as much value as you can in a day-to-day basis and then accumulate. So we're in the accumulation phase.
Make your sacrifices and don't buy all the junk. Don't buy the crap. Find out what actually
definitely don't buy
matters
crap.
in life.
You can buy crap up here. Don't buy crap down here.
Oh, I was buying crap up there.
Accumulation, distribution. Accumulation, distribution.
Right now is the
same
time
thing
to sacrifice.
over and over again.
Sacrificing and accumulation.
Yes, exactly. If there was any time where you could cut things out of your budget and start to try and focus more on the financial background and roots of your well-being, then it is now. The time is now. You're going to have lower prices, but the thing is we don't know how long the lower prices are. This does look pretty aggressive, I will admit. This looks like a pretty aggressive cut into the red as far as money flowing out of Bitcoin. This could take us pretty far down. Now, it could be quick. And I think
it was quick to come down, right?
It's been pretty quick already, but I think it could continue to make people panic. But the thing is I feel like there's still not a lot of people that are entirely plugged into it, but there is a good number of the population who do understand and won't sell regardless, right? And so they just the same as it was back here. These big candles, these big pushes down, they get smaller. They get big push down, smaller push down, big push down, smaller push down. Can't push it down. FTX collapses. The biggest red event in crypto history was right here when FTX collapsed. It was all over the entire world news, and that's all it did. On a chart scale. That was it though, and that was bottom. So what happens this year? Michael Saylor forced to sell. Strategy gets removed from S&P 500 or whatever the index is that they are in.
He just did another big buy too at 78K.
It's not gonna affect him.
No.
But that's the kind of thing that is going to signal your bottom. That's why we have the Bitcoin's dead box, because if it gets down there, is that on this chart? No, it wasn't. Yes, it is. If it gets down there, that's your happy days for accumulating Bitcoin. We've got a lot of support though, a lot of support on the way down. So don't be surprised if it doesn't get down there. I'm not surprised if it does get down there, but
to be honest, I'm really hoping no, just for my MSTR. But because that guy, that's one thing that I learned compared to crypto to stocks is make sure to sell your stocks at all-time highs.
Or borrow against
Bitcoin,
or borrow against. The thing is it's so much easier.
You can always buy back when it's lower, you know, like I said, I've taken a massive hit on it, and I mean, I wish I had at least thought about that process.
So if you've taken any hits on anything ever, you can, especially if it's an asset like Bitcoin or stock, you can sell it all at a loss and buy it right back instantly. You have the same amount of stuff that you had, but you can realize a loss. And then you get,
yes, that's right.
And then you can get tax breaks on your gains.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why that happens. And there's a reason why in these bottoms, we see big wicks. It's because they're literally selling into themselves.
Yeah.
They're selling, buying, realizing that loss, and then picking it up at the same price. So they're not losing any value. Any of this amount of stock or the amount of Bitcoin remains the same. Hence, but they can realize that loss, cut that loss into their gains as far as taxes go.
Yeah, and then pump it right back
and make
up and
more
have all
exactly
their
right,
back.
and so not have to give any money up for taxes either.
Hence,
so
how you don't pay taxes.
Yeah,
you buy an asset, sell it at the lowest, buy it right back, and ride it up.
That's why the markets do what they do. Because if in a perfect world, the markets would just go up to the right 2% per year at the rate of inflation. Yeah. Which, by the way, red flag, honestly, the last couple weeks here, there's been some announcements from the Federal Reserve and a few other of the money printing institutions.
People who run the world.
They've been talking about a 2% inflation rate as sort of like a goal for, I think it was like, it's 2006, I think it was actually when they publicly said that that's what we're trying to do. Nobody really understood in 1971. I mean, there was obviously some people, but most people didn't understand what taking fiat off the gold, or taking the US dollar off of the gold standard, would actually do to inflation. And with inflation, it wasn't really anything. There wasn't a problem back then. It wasn't an inefficiency. So nobody, worried about it. That's why it was so heavily exploited. And that's why we found ourselves in the problem that we are in today, is because of that exploitation, that inefficiency.
Our generation's just trying to fix it.
Well, we're left with the burden to try and fix it.
We're the ones that are.
But it was actually, I think, like 1990. I have to look this up again. Like it was mid to late 90s when inflation actually had to be publicly posted, and then we started to hold them accountable for the inflation rate. And so I think it was like 2006. Yeah, that's what it was like 2006 when they actually said, okay, like 2% is going to be our goal, and this is what we're going to try and stick to, but also try and not have recessions happen. So I heard, and I was trying to look for some of it this morning to find some official documents, but I don't know if we're ever going to be able to find some official documents that back this up. But I have heard in the vine of the grapes that they are raising that goal to 6%.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I can't wait to hear that, or I'm going to be looking for that one. Well, 6%?
The thing is that you probably won't hear about it. Think about it. If the actual
no, they don't
problem...
want that out. That would be riots in the street. Are you kidding
the actual
me? 6%?
Problem... Exactly, right? Like, and we've seen 14% in recent years.
They don't even think, but the people don't think about it because they're so busy listening to their political crap. They're not looking at the actual what's happening to the value of their time.
And you can very well argue that certain things have seen 100% increases.
Like, oh yeah, 100. Absolutely.
And so when they actually, like present those numbers, they don't always
they're not
have
real.
everything. In the
their
basket of what they're telling you. They move things around every time too. So it's like a few years ago, gas was heavily used. The price of gas was heavily used in the rate of inflation, and then they took it out for a while. It's like, it doesn't really affect. It doesn't really do what we want for our numbers. So we're not going to count that. And like this stuff actually happens. It's pretty crazy. So their goal of 2% inflation per year is basically just taking the numbers of, okay, this did okay, this, and their excuse for this is, we can't put crops into the inflation rate because we had a bad storm and it was hit really hard. And so if we put that spike in price for crops due to the storm, then it'll throw our numbers off.
Yeah,
right. It's
we won't hit our 2%.
Wait a minute.
We're gonna be at 5 or 6.
Wait a minute.
When realistically, that's probably actually been the inflation rates. They've always been over 2%. They're just not telling you the actual one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't figure that out just by going to a store and how far your stuff is going.
Yeah. Keep your receipts, man.
You know,
if you do a grocery shop and you do like a regular weekly grocery shop, you almost get the same thing every single time. Keep a receipt, put it on the bulletin board for a couple of years, and then continue to buy the same thing.
I've seen those shorts
Just
of people
watch
at
it.
Walmart, man. It's nuts.
Keep your records, man. Keep your records. Write shit down. You got to really, pay attention if you want to take advantage of the situation. If you don't pay, there's lots of things to draw your attention away from this, and that's by design. There's always a new Netflix doc, a new this, a new that. Like it's like that on purpose, because they don't want you to pay attention to the numbers, because it's not the best.
No, they don't want to be held accountable.
Yeah, for them.
Are you kidding me? Can you imagine being held accountable for something you provide?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's but of course, that's why there's so much money in entertainment, and so much money gets pumped into all this stuff, right? So
it's to keep you distracted. All right, look, we'll pay you $50 million if you can go keep 100 million people's eyes on you for 2 hours while we go dick around doing this. Like, you gotta remember, while you're out there working every day to provide for your family, there's people in the world that are working every day to take that away from you.
Yeah. USDT dominance. We were last week, this was on the weekly, remember we had got on top of that green, and I was like, dang, this is not looking good. And sure enough, we held it, and we've pumped. So, and there's nothing bearish about this at all. This looks like continuation. Even if we see a little bit of consolidation here, I would expect a continuation of the move up in USDT dominance, which is the US dollar stable coin, basically a crypto of US dollars. So if this is going up, Bitcoin's going down.
Yeah, more people are putting their money into that.
Yeah, you want to pay attention to USDT more than the US dollar. You can also, you can pay attention to the Dixie if you want to. Excuse me. It's funny how a lot of people are talking about how the US dollar was crashing. And it's like, yeah, it's actually the lowest it's been in a long time, but look at that buyback.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, that looks pretty bullish. The US dollar looks pretty bullish on the weekly, which is not good for Bitcoin.
I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. I got a nice buy coming in.
Yeah, so
we gotta hit this limit order, right? So
we're seeing so far at least, we need a couple more weeks for this to really play out and confirm, but looks like a potential bullish divergence, lower price on the candles, and momentum going up and strength going up. So that is basically just a leverage flush of anybody that's Forex trading and they're over leveraged on the US dollar. They're going to get pushed out of the market, and you have to understand that that's why we see such volatility, is because of the traders and the people who borrow money and over leverage the system. They need to get pushed out. And so, for instance, it goes in both ways. Like strategy, so far away from the moving averages, you always come back home.
Yeah.
You always come back home. Like, this is aggressive, and especially that big wick, that's just like people have orders. People have orders up here that they think are never going to get hit, and then they do. Like, oh no way, it hit. Same thing happened with silver. Same thing happened with gold. And these orders are probably put so far in advance that you would never even think, or you would lose track of the order before it actually gets hit, or potentially forget about it entirely, and then, oh shit, remember that sell order we had up there? Well, it hit. Oh wow, yeah, that's a good one. Strategy's looking like, still an inefficiency in here, so could be lower for strategy, could break below $100, but basically strategy is now entering buy zone. I did DCA into strategy a little bit yesterday. So we're below this node. We weren't able to hold this node as support. If we get back on top of this node and hold it as support, well, then that's bullish, but bit of an inefficiency in here, and wouldn't be too surprised for us to come down and spend our bear market down into here, right? And it's going to be pretty similar to Bitcoin. We might see something down here below our moving averages. We have that one there, and our Bitcoin was already below our moving averages, so strategy's actually doing a little bit better, but it got so far away and it was so quick, so the moving averages haven't really had much time to get pulled up. But very interesting stuff anyways. Again, just like it's all, where's silver on here? Let's have a look at the precious metals. Oof, that is devastating. Silver's a good thing to actually zoom out on and look at the monthly, because anybody who's interested in precious metals, well, you best do your own research and figure out what these precious metals often do. So let's zoom out on the monthly. On the monthly, all the way back to that's pointless information back there. So we'll go back to 1969, 1971. Hey, isn't that an interesting time? 1971, when we were removed from a gold standard, and this is silver, not gold. But the same thing happens. Removal from the standard, and the price in dollars goes up. And so this here looks, I don't know, not as similar to this as actually to this. So this, something like this, I think is potential. But you have to understand that this, where we are right now, what it looks like, 74, it goes sideways until 78. So another 4 years of silver going sideways before this move, and then guess what? It comes right back all the way to 2003. So you're looking at 30 years if you didn't take any profits here.
Basically a bear market.
If you bought this high, which most people did, right? A lot of people probably bought this high in silver. Mm-hmm. And because this is 1 month massive, this is exactly what's happening right now. Look at the volume though. This is interesting. Yeah. Definitely, this is an inefficiency. So there's something going on here. But you just have to remember, like precious metals, okay. 1974, I bought silver for $4 an ounce. Guess what? In 2003, silver, $4 an ounce. Like, ouch, right? Like if you're trying to buy something to maintain your wealth and grow your wealth, well, 30 years straight sideways ain't gonna do it.
No.
You might be dead by then. It's a long time to wait.
That's a whole mortgage pay, Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Just, I get it. I get the AI movement. I understand the demand. I see the volume here. This is crazy. But again, I think a lot of this volume could have been sell orders. That's just a lot of what the volume registers when a trade happens, the interaction, the transaction. So, a lot of people buying and a lot of people selling. Like I said, those orders have probably been sitting up there for years.
It's 30%.
Exactly, and because the majority of people were selling at these prices.
Well, I would be, absolutely.
Right? So the majority of people are selling at these prices. That's what this means. So do you want to be the guy buying at these prices, or do you want to be the guy selling at these prices? That's the thing. Always be ahead of the game. And if you don't have any silver, don't FOMO in now. It's too late. Okay, maybe wait a bit, and if we see some sideways consolidation and price holds, well, guess what? You might have 4 years. So don't FOMO, right? There's no reason to FOMO into these massive green candles ever for any asset, ever, because this is inefficiency and something will happen to straighten it all out, okay? Stuff like this is always going to happen. Whenever the big green ones come up, the big red ones follow. And then you have time, you have years, you have decades with precious metals, okay? So no reason to FOMO into silver. Not today. Gold, very, very similar. But gold is gold. It is obviously more valuable than silver. So you do have a steady incline, unlike silver, with gold, where you go back to 71, we were taken off the gold standard, massive increase in price. Sure, buy any time through here. You can buy gold anytime you want to. I remember I was actually talking to, oh no, it wasn't this one. Maybe it was over here. I was talking to some family about gold in here. It would have been 2022. And they, of course, were like, should I buy gold? And it were probably like right here, honestly, because I remember gold was making an all-time high. And I said straight up, I'm short on gold. They're like, what? I said, I am short on gold. And I held that short for, I don't know, a while and did fine. It was okay. It ended up getting stopped out, but like I took some profits on the short and they couldn't believe me when I said I was short on gold. Like, what are you talking about, man? Well, first of all, it was a triple top. 1, 2, 3, and then we finally broke that top before. So you had lots of time to trade gold up or down in this range. But that was the thing too. It's just like, I'm just trying to explain it to him. Like, it's a range. This is the value area high. The value area high, you look for shorts. The value area low, you look for longs. The value area high, you look for shorts. Okay, that's just how trading goes. Once your value area high is invalidated, close your shorts. And then that's why this is why this happens, because traders, that have been trading in this box and buying at the lows and selling at the highs closed all their positions once the value area high got invalidated. And that's why you have this. Okay, so that's why all the markets move the way they do, is because they're all manipulated by the traders. So Bitcoin, of course, is, you know, more volume than MasterCard and Visa put together last year. Obviously demand. Obviously going to see manipulation because of the value. And you have to understand that, like, everything that has to do with anything valuable, there's going to be scams in. People don't scam you for your grass clippings. You know, people don't scam you for your garbage. People try to scam you for your Bitcoin and crypto because it's fucking valuable. People try to scam you for your identity because it's valuable. Like, you got to be on the ball and pay attention to this kind of stuff, but don't let that scare you. Okay. There's a reason why people are doing it, and that reason you should pay attention to. Oh, are we dumping again? Getting down in there. Getting down in there. But with all that being said, folks, this is going to be a great year to plan, a great year to build. Things are going to start to get cheaper. So when you're buying, it's going to be easier. Just make sure that you buckle down and stick to a plan and try and set it either weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, whatever, and start it now and stick to it now, because it'll be over before you know it, and Bitcoin will be back over 100K again. And you'll be like, oh, I was going to do that next week. I kept putting it off. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Damn it. Why did I do that?
Another 3 years, it'll be even way more, and you'll be sitting there going, wow, why wasn't I listening?
Yeah. If you like Bitcoin at 100K, then you love it at 77K.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's cheaper and you can buy more. So
Again,
stack sats, stay humble, treat people how you'd like to be treated, and walk around with a smile on your face, because life's good. You're here. You made it.
Join that Bitcoin community.
Surround yourself with like-minded individuals that you would like to be like, and eventually you will. And yeah, we gave that trade. Oh, the trade. Let's check the trade. Maybe it got stopped out. Where is it? Oh, it's about to get stopped out. Yeah, it's gonna get stopped out. Yeah, closed. Just got stopped out right there. Closed. Dang. Well, you took a small loss there. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes.
See, and that's a cool thing too, is if you get TradingView, like, this is just I didn't actually take a trade there. That's just, no. But you can mock trade, and then you're like, okay, well, that one didn't work, right? So, but you keep going with your R&R, figure it out, risk to reward. Over time, you'll be good. I mean, honestly, longs, don't be looking for longs.
No.
Wait for this to come up and then short. Like, the game right now is shorts. We're in a bear market. You're waiting for pumps. You're selling into the pumps, and you're looking for shorts. Trying to long bottoms is going to be, you're going against the trend, right? So it's going to be a lot harder. The trend is your friend.
That's
and
right. If you get a nice short in, guys, you can always get your 250% back.
Nice. There you go, right?
You just got to start.
That's funny.
See, I knew nothing about this before.
I should have had this stop, honestly, should have been like way up here, because we wanted to hold that yellow line. That's what I said when we were talking about if we come back here and hold this yellow line. But yeah, so that one didn't work, but it's all right. Can't win them all. No one's for certain what's going to happen. All we can do is play the game of probabilities. We're in the DCA zone. If you're playing the long game, well, then look at that. 75 Bitcoin is on its way, just like looks like today. I mean, it's a Sunday today too, so
yeah,
we'll see what Asia does for Asia Open, and probably be another flush, and then who knows, might see a green week, and then you'll get another short to come in, another short opportunity to come in, because the thing is the demand for Bitcoin, Bitcoin's utility, purpose, and infrastructure, everything is still the same. Nothing has changed with Bitcoin itself. Its price is being reflected because a lot of people are panicking about what they think is going to happen. There's a lot of narratives about things in the news about what's that?
You actually got somebody in the chat.
We got a chat here.
Actually,
Traders.
I just looked at that.
Traders.
Yes, traders, not traitors.
Oh, they're probably both though.
Oh yeah.
control it.
That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
The world will control
Everybody,
it.
it's
You
decentralized.
control it. Yeah, everybody. That's you want that community that everyone talks about. It's like, oh, we all.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Bitcoin, blockchain.
Yeah, everybody's held accountable for their actions, so everybody controls it. It'd be kind of like Reddit, where you have upvotes and downvotes, and it's like anything that happens that you don't like and that the majority of people don't like, it's going to get taken care of. Anything that people do like, it's going to be kept or whatever. So it's basically true democracy, in the meaning of the word, which we do not have now. But if we were on a blockchain,
controls it. Yeah, if you're worried about somebody controlling something, then you're being controlled.
We have a centralized democracy at the moment.
I'm not looking for anybody to control me or tell me what to do.
Yeah, a lot of people there's a lot of people like you and I who are totally fine being self-sustainable. If we need to take care of a problem, we can do it. We don't need anybody's help. But there's a lot of people who do need help. So it's like, I get it. There's certain things. But the thing is that all we need is true democracy and true transparency. Everybody just wants to feed their family and have, fresh
just want to live
water
their life. Be left alone,
and all that type of stuff, right? So as long as everybody's held accountable for their actions, then people will stop screwing up because you're held accountable for your actions.
Yeah, and it's clearly visible. So.
Yeah. So the fraud will fade away. It's not like it's going to go away overnight. It's just giving us a platform to say, hey, that guy fucked up. We need to do something about it. Or this guy's doing great. Let's get him into a different position here. It's that kind of thing. And like, honestly, when it comes to AI is going to be integrated into your life, whether you like it or not.
It already is.
It's going
That's
to.
the sad thing. It is.
Like, imagine if we have a leader appointed by AI, because it's
because it doesn't have feelings.
Because it doesn't care about what you've done. It just knows, like, it doesn't care about who you are, your popularity or whatever. It just knows your track record of everything that you've done. And it's like, well, honestly, this guy is much more suitable to lead than the person who's leading right now. So it's like, you got to be prepared for this. This is definitely a high potential that in the future we won't have elected officials. We might the way we have it now.
Yeah,
anyways,
it's going to be a different system. The system that we've been brought up on the last 100 years is dead. Gone. So we're just in a transition period.
2026
nobody knows what they're doing.
2026 is definitely a transition period. 2026 is going to be. I think there's going to be a lot of problems.
Yep.
There
will be in the next 2 years for
be a lot
the
of
next
problems.
election year or whatever.
And then they're going to provide the solution. And I think, honestly, like, if you ask me, the framework is already laid out. It's not like we're still trying to figure out what's going to happen. I think there's a certain group of people that know exactly what's going to happen.
They just want the chaos to happen while it's happening, to keep you
just exactly right. They're
listening to
they're
the
trying
noise.
to cover up their tracks as much as they can, so that as little people profit off of it as possible, because they want to maintain as much control as they can. So I mean, they know that not everybody's gonna there's gonna be some people that slip through the cracks. When you're fishing, when you're fishing in a net, some of those fish get out, but you get most of the fish and you're okay with it, right? You're not diving back in for that one fish that got out. You're like, you take what you get, right?
So imagine how you would feel if you created what people use to trade back and forth, right? Imagine if you created the currency and now you have this random currency that actually works perfectly, is legit, shows you everything, and yours is slipping away and the world's seeing that. That means you're losing control and the world's shifting into a new thing. You'd be pissed off if you had control over the last 100 years. You know?
Centralized entities are going to do what they can to try and maintain control for sure. But ultimately, with a blockchain-based system and true transparency and democracy, there's no need for that, and AI understands that, and that's why you're going to see some sort of AI crash, because they're going to be like, okay, we have to turn this thing off.
We're losing control.
Well, this is not replacing the workers; it's replacing the management.
It's replacing everybody they didn't want to replace, right? And It's like, oh, well, now your job's actually useless, and the person doing the job is
cutting out all the
needed.
middlemen, and I mean, decentralized. As long as technology continues to go the way it's going, decentralization is the future.
Yes.
And you got to think about it. Like, we're already seeing it happen. Like, you had taxi services, now you have Uber drivers who are just random other people, and then now you're gonna have, now in some places you have self-driving cars. There's no taxi services. It's one person's giving you a ride with their car. And some of these self-driving cars are privately owned. It's not a company. It's just a person that has a car that's self-driving, and while he's at work, his car took him to work, and now his car is going to go work all day
And
while
make
he's
him
at work,
money, yeah.
and then come back and then pick him up. And that's decentralization, right? And so other people that need rides are just relying on the other people. It's really good too, because it's really the only way you can have that small community mentality on a global scale. Because obviously the small communities thrive because they're so tight knit, and because everybody's looking out for each other, everybody's helping each other. And the city mentality doesn't work because everybody hates each other and everybody
Well,
is
fighting
each other. Exactly, right? Like, so the only way to have the global scale small town mentality is the blockchain. And so the thing, and why do you ask? Good question. Because in a small town, everybody knows everybody. So if somebody does something, or Mr. Johnson's kid does something, like, he gets in trouble because everybody knows who did it. In the city, oh, go get that guy. I don't know. It was that guy. It was that guy. I don't know. I don't know who it was.
People that look similar.
So there's no accountability in the city mentality, because people can just blend in and run away and get away with shit and be sketchy and nobody knows, right? But in the small town, you can't do that because everybody knows everybody. So the blockchain will work the very same way. And so that's, what you should be preparing for, because that's what's to come in the future. And the creation of blockchain technology started with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the underlying root of most everything that you are going to be, living with in the future. AI, blockchain, technology is not going anywhere. Unless it does, then that's, like we said, it's Bitcoin if we continue on this road, or it's back to barter. Because your fiat currency is
no, it's done. Yeah, it's you can't use it in another 10 years. It's completely. Yeah,
this is your last year, basically. This is your last year to 18 months, maybe 2 years.
Whether it's digital by 2030 and they just call it $1.
Yeah,
you're not going to be using the same system anymore.
Yeah.
However, best question ever, right? Why?
Yeah.
That's all you got to ask. Why?
Yeah. What's going on? What is going on? But yes, thanks for joining us today. This is actually quite a long one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But let's get some golden tea going here.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Check on the family, and we'll catch you on the next week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Just do something nice for somebody today and for the rest of the week, and continue living on with a smile on your face. Have a good day. Peace.
See you later.
I recommend putting your opinions aside and learning how to think logically.